Under the Assistant Vice President of Operations, there's 7 different departments, and I'm just going to share a few of those with you today. First one is safety and security. Secondly, risk management. Third, compliance. Fourth, grounds. Fifth, career services. 6, auxiliary services. And 7, campus stores. Let me start off by just talking a little bit about safety and security, which is extremely important to Valencia College. And I want to ensure you that Valencia senior leadership has provided the resources, technology training to make sure that we maintain a very safe and secure campus. We have about 120 officers college-wide that covers all the campuses, 24/7, 365. And also holidays, when everyone is off, we are making sure that the college campuses are safe. Next, I just want to touch on Clery update. Clery is a federal mandated reporting system by the federal government where we have to report our certain crimes to the federal government each and every year. And I'm pleased to say, with over 70,000 students and numerous campuses, that our Clery rate is very, very low. We recently invested in close to $1 million on our camera system. We have close to 700 cameras now, college-wide, that are extremely valuable to cover our parking lots in case there's a domestic violence incident or a stalking incident or a hit and run involving a traffic crash. These cameras are so valuable, and they're also very proactive in the fact that we can watch cameras, and if we see an incident occurring, we can go ahead and respond appropriately. We also have what's called Mutual Link, and this is extremely unique to Valencia College. We were the very first college to include this throughout Florida, and it is capability. It's a video and audio capability where we can communicate to responding law enforcement officers as they respond to our campuses. They can see real time where the suspect may be, clothing description, what's going on, and they can talk to us as well. They see it on their patrol cars and their computers as they're responding, so they can get real-time information. And again, seconds matter in critical incidents, as we all know. I'd like to just talk about what's called the Big Voice intercom system. Not all of us may have a cell phone at the time, so we needed to plan and be prepared in case of an active threat or a high-risk incident where we could actually communicate to our students, faculty, and staff. And these are huge intercom systems that are placed on top of the campuses, and we can communicate to our students, faculty, and staff about how to evacuate and what to do under emergency situation. Next, I'd just like to touch on the Valencia Safety app. This is a safety app, phone app that we recently deployed, and it is extremely valuable in the fact that it has phone numbers, emergency phone numbers, it has emergency plans, weather alerts, it has active shooter training information on there. It has real-time video in case something is happening. The student, faculty, or staff can actually videotape it and report it directly to security in a real-time fashion, which is an extremely valuable tool. Training is extremely important to Valencia College. If you're going to respond appropriately, we make sure we have the proper training. We recently completed what's called tabletop exercises across all campuses, where we had senior campus leadership in the room, and we went over different scenarios from hurricane to tornado to active threat to a suicide barricaded individual on campus, where these individuals know how to respond and know what responsibilities are. We also have what's called CERT. CERT is our Campus Emergency Response Team. And these individuals, these staff, faculty are trained on how to prepare in a crisis. Again, evacuation routes, they know their office space better than anyone. So they are assigned to their workspace, and they have responsibilities in a crisis situation to help get other faculty, staff, and students out of the building safely, and how to provide first aid and some other valuable information in a crisis. Along the lines of training, we have what's called Run, Hide, Fight that I'm sure you're familiar with. It gives these students some options in a crisis situation, what to do, whether they need to run, whether they need to hide, or whether they need to fight. We also recently had Stop the Bleeding training, which we had Orlando Regional Medical Trauma Surgeons come in and provide this training. I know it sounds gory, but in a real-life incident where there is a shooting, seconds do matter, and these surgeons were able to train our officers on how to stop the bleeding within seconds. We also recently invested in trauma kits to provide our officers with the equipment that they need to stop in a critical incident. And lastly, from the safety and security standpoint, we're always communicating with other faculty and staff. If they see something, say something, to be our eyes and ears out there as they're wandering the campuses. If they see something out of place, to please bring it to our attention.